Okay, so if you guys haven't heard, Andrew Schultz, Flagrant Podcast, is catching a bit of backlash for their support of Donald Trump. Now, Abba and Preach made a video about them, and usually I really rock what Abba and Preach. I think they have some good takes. On this one, I don't know if I fully agree. So let's jump into this.
This guy's a monster. He's not a human being. We humanize him. That's what he keeps saying.
Let's game theory this, Akash.
Yeah.
Okay, we are so powerful and influential by simply sitting down with him.
Yeah.
Right? We made him president.
Yeah.
So one would think that if we are disillusioned by some of the things that he is doing as president, and we're upset that that same influence might be able to make someone else president. So shouldn't you be embracing this massive influence?
Yeah, come to our side.
Claim we have, yeah.
What is this craziness, bro? I don't know, man. These people are the reason why I think I hate most comics today.
Hate most comics today is like bad take. If I hear anyone saying I hate most comics today, I was like, oh, you just don't got like a sense of humor like that.
Yeah, I think he explains.
Okay.
He explains.
No one is mad because you guys are changing your minds. No one is saying like, oh, we don't hope that you try to do the right thing in the future. They're just saying, do you even realize what you did before? And your response to that is like, do you see how powerful I am? Well, shouldn't you be nice to me so that I can influence it in the way that you like? What is this response, bro? And look, I have a hard time because when you sit down with people and you listen to them and they convince you of their values and morals, you're like, cool. And then they do this like zero accountability. I'm going to just bury my face in the sand and just pretend like nothing happened. And it's probably the wildest things coming from comics because when you think about it, comics are the most sensitive, the least able to accept criticism. But they spend all their day criticizing and insulting other people. And then they go and they tell them, why are you sensitive? It's a joke.
So the framing of this is Flagrant is saying, hey, do you really think our podcast really won Trump the election? Flagrant's influential. Are they that influential? Right? Are they that influential where you got they won over states like Pennsylvania? Or was some of the folks that were doing grassroots effort to get the Quakers out and to get some of the Amish people out in Pennsylvania, which was a swing state? Like, who's actually moving the needle?
Yeah.
Is it grassroots effort in swing states, or is it Andrew Schultz and Hakash that has influence with young men?
Yeah.
Right?
That's a good question.
Let him flesh this out.
You did this thing. You were shameless about it. And after the fact, when it blows up in your face, you want to go, why are you guys looking at me like it matters? I don't know. When I saw this, I'm like, bro, I didn't think I could dislike you more.
Okay, I have a hot take. I get everyone's mad about the Epstein thing. Totally get it. Totally get it. I think the internet has created an era in which everyone has to make judgments and proclaim their judgments as fast as possible. So like this whole video is on the premise that they are unapologetic about how bad they messed up in promoting Trump. The problem there is that when you're picking a president, you're picking him for a term. You're not picking him for 7 months. So like, even if he does something you don't like in month 7, I actually don't think anybody is required to give an account for the decision they made 7 months ago or 8 months ago or a year ago in promoting somebody when we're 7 months into a term of anybody. Biden, Kamala. I think the only reason we can be definitive about past presidents, like, oh, wow, Biden was annoying and we don't want to elect Kamala because she was directly under him, was because it was at the end of their term. It was like, okay, we're seeing the end of this. So I think there's a little bit of like an internet outrage culture because there's the big story of Epstein that is like, we demand an apology from everybody that promoted Trump. And it's like, I don't even think is that deep. I think it's like, let it rock. Yeah. It's 4 years.
I think there's some key context that we got to get here to about this that I'm with you on. Yeah. That I think they perhaps have, I don't know, maybe they're not grasping what folks in America felt.
It's not like he didn't have a first term. It's not like he didn't do some things. It's like now he does nothing that he promised. Like he did nothing that he promised that he was about to do. Like, who is actually surprised of that? Like, it never happened. Like, we could run it. Do you realize that it's a run back? Like, we're running it back.
Yeah,
it's not brand new. And the thing that the thing that I'm like, dude, what are you guys doing? What are you guys saying? Is that Schultz is not dumb.
Yeah.
You're smart.
He's smart.
Your mind goes very fast. You're quick with it. Don't tell me that you are surprised. You can't look at the result of the first term and then you see this and you think you don't see the correlation.
Hey, bro.
It's just that I feel like right now he's in a state where, okay, it's my last term. I'm already lucky. I'm going out with a bang. I'm doing whatever the hell I want. I'm going to show them.
I'm going to disagree. I'm going to disagree with you. I think he is doing a lot of the stuff he promised. If you watch his interviews, you never.
So that's setting up the context on how Trump got elected. So here's the thing that maybe Auburn Preach is not factoring in because they were, they're in Montreal, they're in Canada.
Yeah.
Right? They're coming at this from a non-Christian framework and as someone that's not an American culture. So let me just refresh everybody's memory. How did we get here? Mm-hmm. If you guys don't remember, prior to about a year ago, Trump wasn't the forerunner. Mm-hmm. There was a sequence of events that happened that flipped the entire thing. And I think that's the part that they perhaps forgot or omitting or whatever. Folks knew that Trump had allegations against him. Folks knew that he had the settlement over the SA thing. Folks knew that he had a very harsh stance on immigration. Folks knew this sort of stuff.
Yeah.
What happened is you had a sitting president that fumbled really bad on the border. Like really bad on the border. To the point where I remember going to New York and seeing migrants and the liberals in New York complaining about migrants.
Oh.
In New York City.
That was Obama?
No.
Oh.
Biden.
Oh, you're saying coming into this one.
Yes.
Okay, yeah.
That's a year ago. Okay. So I remember being in New York a year ago, hanging out, and folks complaining about migrants, complaining about stuff. Liberal people. Folks that were on campaigns of liberal politicians in New York City. And then the mayor of New York City said, we can't keep being a sanctuary state and receiving migrants. Mm-hmm. Right? So then what happened? So then you had Biden propped up as in perfect cognitive health. And then the debate happened. And you saw him completely fall apart.
Oof.
Completely fall apart. Malfunction on live television before the whole world.
I'll beat you in golf.
Beat you in golf on my first swing if you can.
You're half the golfer.
The American people are seeing this. They're seeing a real policy issue on the ground, saying, at least this didn't happen when he was president. The economy seemed better. Inflation seemed lower. And this didn't happen when he was president. You keep telling us that this dude is in great, perfect health. But our eyes aren't lying to us.
Hello.
At the same time, you keep saying this guy is Hitler, but he didn't seem like Hitler when he had his last 4 years.
Come on.
And then all of this rhetoric ends up getting an assassination attempt on him, which, by the way, they ended up firing, I think, those Secret Service people who were under Trump. And then after the Democrats turn on Biden, they prop up the least popular vice president
in all of
all time, who couldn't even win her own state of California when she was running, who was radically pro-trans, radically pro-abortion. So the average person, I'm a Christian. So Trump lost me when he was 6 weeks. I'm voting on biblical values. That's how I'm looking at it. Right. So his LGBT stuff, his abortion, I've already had checked out. I was like, I think DeSantis is my guy. The MAGA cult didn't want to get behind DeSantis, the actual cult,
exactly.
They didn't want to get DeSantis. So I'm like, hey, that's my guy. I'm the most aligned with him. Mm-hmm. And so when you're seeing this stuff play out, you're going, oh, they're nuts.
Yeah.
The sheer hubris of the daggone Democratic establishment, the Obama Democratic machine of propping up a senile old man and then propping up the least popular, lowest approval rating vice president of all time. What did you think the brosphere was going to? Who did you think they were going to? And then she wouldn't go on any podcast. She wouldn't go on Rogan. So let's just say that that demographic of men that Rogan and Schultz has influenced. Let's just say that that's who won. I don't think that is, by the way. I think Pennsylvania, Puerto Ricans in Pennsylvania, and Amish people in Pennsylvania, I actually think that's who won the election. But let's just say I'm wrong. Who did you think they were going to vote for? She doesn't want to go answer any hard questions. The stuff that's coming out is why. Who did you think was going to go? Who did you think they were going to vote for? So people vote against a candidate.
Come on.
They vote against a candidate. In the primaries, many of us aren't engaged. There were better options in the primaries. You had Vivek.
100%.
You had DeSantis. You had better options. Most goobers don't care.
Yeah.
So by the time this comes around, which by the way, I was advocating for DeSantis. I was pushing for DeSantis. And then you get here. And so what do you think people are going to do? You think they're going to vote for Kamala, dog?
Yeah.
Kamala?
Louis Guapo said people getting amnesia fast. It's like that's a fact. It's
This is how we got here.
yeah, it's like he was elected. He's been the president for 7 months.
Right.
And now the scale shifts. Like we're going to judge him on whether he's hit or not through the entire campaign.
Right.
But then when he's actually in office, we're going to judge him on exactly whether he does exactly what we like.
Right.
And it's like, okay, he's going to do things you don't like. That's politicians always do. They're always going to let you down. They're politicians.
Yeah.
Yet, like, he's still operating within the scope that he said he would operate in.
Nah, I think the Epstein thing is really bad.
Minus the Epstein
I
thing.
think the Epstein thing is really bad. I think the appearance, the optics, I don't know what's going on the ground, but the optics of the ICE stuff, if they're going after abuelas, really bad. I don't think that's who won, who helped him win the election.
Yeah.
Forget the MAGA cult, forget the I'm red until I'm dead. Forget those people.
It's not as bad as the Epstein thing, though.
The Epstein thing is really bad.
Yeah.
And the folks in the middle, the Andrew Schultz, those folks in the middle, the Joe Rogans,
Then with the abuelas.
the abuela thing is really bad. So those two things, yes, I don't think he acted in a sensible manner, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Now we're here. So you really mean to tell me that Harris was the better pick? This is how much people hated the DNC, hated Biden, hated the lie, and hated who was propped up in front of them.
Yes.
You know how you win this? By first having better policies and not checking your brain out about all the sports stuff all that crap. I'm not even talking abortion. I'm talking about like regular, hey, I'm really trying to teach my kids gay civic studies in first grade. These are real things. These are real things. Parents are like non-Christian parents are like, oof, I don't know if I want to send my kids to that school. Like real things that people are dealing with. So who did you think was going to win? And so all the DNC have to do, you want to know, they have to just run a primary election and present a better candidate. And they had ample time, and they knew that the Biden was cognitively declined. And this is how you get President Trump. This is how you get this second term. This is how you get here. So to have this amnesia and to be like, so Andrew Schultz is a rat. I don't even know what context maybe that word means something different in Canada. Like rat here means like a snitch. So because the title is comedians have become rats. So I don't even know what he means by that. That must mean something different. So when you consider these things, you go, this is where people landed. This is how people came to these conclusions. And perhaps you didn't keep up with it because it's American politics and you guys didn't care. And I don't expect you to care. But to then come out and like be outraged, like I don't listen, bro. If the president, if Donald Trump wanted to come on my podcast, he would come on my podcast. I would absolutely sit down with Donald Trump
100%.
in a heartbeat. Now, I would like to think that I would be a bit harder on him than Schultz was. I would like to think I would ask him some harder questions. I would like to think, but hey, man, I'm human. I might be charmed too. I might fall short and be like, man, I fumbled that. I should have been more direct and harder and ask him some of the concerns that I have about DACA, ask him some of the concerns I have about immigration, ask him some of the concerns about billionaire tax cuts. I would like to think I would have done that.
DACA, we're still talking about DACA in a time like this.
He probably would have hit me with that. He probably, the Democrats, listen, do you want the Democrats to win?
There's so many more important things to talk about, Ruslan. You're a nice guy. You're a great guy. I didn't expect you to bring up DACA of all people.
So these are comedians.
These
are like at the end of the day, that they're comedians. They have political interest and listen, it drives their podcast and drives their views but they're comedians at the end of the day.
I think it's super dense to be like, oh, I don't like that Trump didn't release the Epstein files. Therefore, Kamala would have been a better president.
Yeah, and I think there's nothing wrong with
that's a crazy take.
I think there's nothing wrong with Schultz saying, hey, I'm pissed off because this is not what I voted for. This ain't what I voted for. I'm mad. Why is this going on? And then he's bringing on Sagar and he's bringing on other people. And it's not just Schultz, it's Sagar. It's a bunch of people that are like, Joe Rogan. A bunch of people are like, hey, what are you doing, bro?
And then we're not allowed to be mad? Like, do we have to like, because Abba and Preach's thing is like, oh, if you're gonna be mad and talk against the candidate you spoke about, you're now a rat. And it's like, well, no, we're just holding ourselves to the standard that we want other people to hold themselves to, which is like, oh, this is what I voted for. This is not happening, so I'm going to call it out. I'm not going to get in line and be like, nope, there were no Epstein files. And so it's like I actually appreciate the flagrant position more because it's like, oh, this is what they wanted. They didn't get it. It's what they voted for. That didn't happen. And so they're going to call it out and be mad about it. You can't be mad that they promoted Trump and now that they're mad about it.
Yeah. Like, why would you not be like, well, at least they're consistent.
It's consistent.
They're doing their best to hold them accountable. Now you want to hold them accountable to what exactly?
To just their decisions that they made a year ago in supporting someone that I still think is a better candidate than the other person that was in charge.
I guess in hindsight's always, what could they have done? They could have not had him on. They could have voted third party. They could have not voted.
They could have stayed more neutral.
They could have stayed more neutral. I guess that
it doesn't mean they had to promote Kamala.
Yeah.
But they could have stayed more neutral for sure. That would be my steel man.
If Kamala or Trump calls me and says I want to do an interview with you, I'm doing an interview with him.
Well, I think that's my other thing too. Is that like every podcast that Trump went on, I believe I could totally be wrong here. I believe there was an open invitation from every person. Like, and even down to Dave Ramsey. Dave Ramsey had Trump on.
Yeah. In that clip, they talk about how she won't do any podcasts, and it's a clip of Schultz telling Charlemagne this is why she's going to lose, because she won't go on Rogan. She won't do it a 3-hour unedited live drop. And Schultz called it. And so anyway, shout out to Ivan Preach. I like those guys. I think this is a bit, maybe
I love them, but be Canadian.
Yeah, maybe they're a bit not tapped into what's going on. Hey, thank you so much for watching this video all the way to the end. If you liked it, then hit the like button. If you liked it a lot and have a thought to share, leave a comment. If you are listening to this on the podcast app, make sure to leave a review, and you could even leave a comment over there. And if you want to watch another video that is recommended just for you, hit this video over here. Let me know if they nailed it. Also, you can partner with us monthly, which helps us out a lot in our monthly community. Get access to early drops and all that kind of good stuff over here. All right, I'll see you over there. Peace.